he's funny.
Yeah, because he's funny and he was funny at her wedding.
And he's short.
Yeah. Yeah, and all of his friends are tall.
Made me even fall more in like with her. I don't know if I was at that love phase.
He was in love.
I
Them
was
puppy
in
dog
love.
eyes.
I was in love.
Because it was...
I was.
This is kind of a funny story.
What?
But there was like teenage, young adult guys that were there that were part of the ministry that we were helping. And they were like... They were trying to find a wife. We just gonna put it that way. They were trying to find a wife. And they would like go out of their way to like help me, assist me, come sit next to me, whatever. And I just remember the look in his eyes when he would get ready to like sit near me. Boy, I'm not trying to play you, but that's how I knew.
Me.
That's how I knew.
You knew what?
Those sweet puppy dog eyes was like, it was like, if I could read your soul, it was like, that's my wife.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, maybe not that's my wife, but like...
No, it was.
Them eyes, you still got them same eyes today of like, that just get me in my heart. Because it would get me in my heart when I would like look in your eyes and see just, I don't know if it was disappointment or betrayal. I'm not sure what to label it. But it was like you wanted to yoke them up out of them chairs when they would be sitting next to me, whether it was on the bus. Like... But yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Nah. I feel you. So it was crazy, like during this time, and let me make sure I give y'all the real. I'm gonna give y'all all of it, right? I'm gonna give y'all.
We ain't got time for all of it.
I'm just saying, like, we have a beautiful love story, but we also have a very complicated moment in our love story, and a lot of that complication came as a result of my immaturity and my indecisiveness and my inability to fully commit. So this is my wife of 11 years, 8 beautiful pregnancies, and 4 beautiful children right now. And I love her and still my best friend, still like her, still want to make babies with her every night. That won't change. But there was a moment in our story where I caused a lot of pain, not only to her, but to people in the past, to girls in the past, women in the past. And so I want to share that part of the story too. So here we are. I am on this like self-exploration, kind of reckoning moment in my life. And one of my vices was, how do you put it, multiple relationships?
You can say that.
I mean, we're gonna keep it real. Let's just keep it real.
G-rated version.
Okay, what's the not
tricking off in the streets?
Tricking off in the streets. Dang, I was tricking off. All right, before G, that was BC. So
it was a thought. I think that's how you say it.
Is
now.
that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, look at you. Look at you putting my business out in the streets.
I'm gonna keep it real with the people.
I'm gonna keep it real. We'll keep it a buck. So So I had been dabbling in relationships that were not strictly platonic.
That's a cracking yourself up. Yes, that is the way to say it.
And you know, it really wasn't. It wasn't tight. It wasn't. It was very hurtful. I recognize that. So, but at this time, I had a few relationships, and at the time of Uganda, I knew that God was like, so like our story, our love story, and then my story of like how my life changed and how I accepted Jesus, like they're intertwined. So here in this moment, I knew that when I went back to the States, I couldn't be the same. I didn't want to be the same. And I knew that if I truly gave my life to Christ and I really started living this life that I wanted to live and that I felt like I was called to live, then I would have to say no to a lot of things. And one of those things was females, women. And at that time I had a few relationships. And when I got back, I knew that I wanted to be with her, but I didn't know how to go about doing that. And so we get back and I'm like, man, like I really need to make a decision. Like I don't want to, I know if I don't, I'm going to mess this up and I don't want to do it. And I'm going to disappoint God. And that's not how the Bible tells me to live. Like one man, one woman, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, Pastor, you know, you're the pastor. You hear from Jesus. Tell me who to choose.
He said, boy, sit down somewhere.
He said, boy, sit down. He's like, I'm not telling you who to choose. Your problem is you don't know how to commit. Your commitment issues. I said,
get out of my face.
But he was right. He was like, you need to give a girl 100%. Like you've never done that. So like, man, jeez. He didn't give me the answer that I wanted. I wanted him to be like, man, this is who you need to choose. And I'm like, ooh, bet the pastor said I need to choose her. Hey, y'all, it's not on me. It's the pastor. He said I need to choose her. Sorry. That didn't happen. So I go and I start taking this thing seriously. And I was like, started praying, like, who do I choose? And at that time, I felt that the woman that I was with for about 2.5 years, at that time, that I should choose her, right? Although I had spent pretty much every moment with Brittany, although there was another woman for a few weeks.
Yeah.
There's another woman who was rocking with me for like 4 years, and she, I was like, I didn't think I was supposed to choose her, and that was hard.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna choose the 2.5 year relationship. And so I went to Babe and I said, Babe, I want to be with you, but, and I called her on Skype.
It was on Skype because I was doing an internship at DC.
She was in DC at the time. I was still in Lynchburg, and I was like,
I'm about to take it from here.
Go ahead.
So I'm thinking, okay, I don't know what he needs to talk to me about, because for me, I was like, this feels too right. Like, I'm not worried about whatever you got going on over there. I didn't ask no questions. I didn't know nothing.
Yeah, because she knew about the relationships back.
Yeah, but I wasn't like,
she wasn't.
Oh, who are you still talking to? Yeah. What are you gonna do? Are you still seeing them? Are you like?
She wasn't like that because it was so like natural. And
it was like, you'd be a fool not to think this ain't it. Like, I never crossed my mind that you might actually be seeing other people simultaneously, or that you would go be with somebody else. Like, it's me. Let me stop. No, it was more like, it was very much like, this feels insanely natural. I've never had anything like this, and I really doubt you have either. So he wants to have this conversation over Skype. I'm like, okay, cool, what's up? We on the phone. He basically saying, I don't remember. I think it was a speech. I'm not sure what was in the speech. All I remember was at the end of the speech, he says, I'm gonna be with old girl over here. And I was like, so, hey, okay. But I still like for us, you know what I'm saying? I still like Omar Epps, loving basketball, you know, him style. I was like, man, that worked, kind of. And I was like, I still like for us to be friends. And then the worst. We about to be at our 11 minutes.
The Mr. worst Dramatic. Part of my.
I said to him.
Life, she said.
Whew, okay. Friends come a dime a dozen. I do not need another friend. Thank you.
Bloom, bloom. Bloom, 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 bloom.
That was that.
That was trauma.
So he went his way and I went mine.
And that was June of 2010. We met in May 2010. That was June 2000. Was it before your birthday?
It was Father's Day weekend.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know?
Because you were like coming from church. I want to say you had some type of like dashiki or something on for Father's Day. For some reason, I have that memory in my head. But 11 minutes.
That's part
Part
2.
3 is coming your way.